What's up, guys, and welcome back to some more Epic Mickey. In the last part, we got here to Mickey Jug Mountain, the creepiest area in the game, bar none. And in this episode, we're gonna ascend Mickey Jug Mountain, hopefully make our way to Oswald at the very top of the mountain. And the reason I say this area is the creepiest place in the whole game is that it's all like the Mickey statues that are all over the place, and their eyes are always staring at you everywhere you go. Excuse me, sir, we need to use our crane to get up the mountain. Sure, if it worked. You may have noticed the bunny children. They dislike spatters, which, how does it go? The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Anyway, there should be some TVs nearby that will power this piece of junk. So the gimmick with this level, well, not really gimmick, because there is like certain parts of this later in the game, is that there are TVs throughout the area that you need to paint in to power the crane. There's 3 in this area, and you need to paint 1 in first. One of them is right behind the crane. And if you remember from when we were in Mickey's house, he told his phone told us to type in on another phone in Mickey Jump Mountain 726. And if you do that, then his connection will be restored to Mickey Jump Mountain. You can then go back to the phone, and then he will give you a reward. Now I actually didn't go back to my house and get that reward in my recordings of this because I forgot about it. But anyways. There are just a couple spatters up here, and then the next TVs, you can see the outline of it. But anyways, guys, can't talk right now. Did everyone have a good Christmas? I'm sorry I didn't upload a lot of parts, you know, over the holidays. But I've been very preoccupied lately. I've got a lot of work done. I have a lot of things to do with school, and you know, just trying to get stuff done. Exams every day. The amount of exams we have, it's absolutely ridiculous. But anyway, right here, they threw this in as a little reference. This is the NES cartridge for Mickey Mousecapade, a game that came out in the 80s, I believe. And this right here, I think that's Magical Quest. I can't quite see the title of it, but I'm pretty sure that's Magical Quest. If I'm wrong, then please correct me. Please correct me. Bleh. Please correct me. Sorry. Bleh. Jeez. Now right here, there's a treasure chest behind that big fountain of thinner. I have no idea how to get that one. If anyone knows how to get that treasure chest, please could you just tell me, because I honestly do not know. So unfortunately, I can't really get that one. I'm probably gonna get a comment saying you need to look up or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, one more TV left to paint in, and it's far away from the crane. Well, by the way, right here. There is a clock that's right here that you can paint in, and if you paint in this clock, time slows down, and you can bypass the enemies. Slowing down the enemies, just like you do in Braid. I haven't actually played Braid. Has anyone played that game? Maybe you have, tell me how it is. But I'm getting off topic. The last TV is behind the Fantasia sign right there, another little reference that they threw in. But, however, you don't have to paint in any of the TVs if you want to, because over here, if you platform your way over these blocks, Mickey Mouse badges that sink into the big pool of thinner, or ocean of thinner, I guess, there's a gremlin trapped in a cage over here. And conveniently enough, he specializes in crane repair, so he will fix the crane for you. So, you know, you don't have to paint in any of the TVs if you want. You can just paint in, well, you can just free the caged gremlin. He will repair the crane for you, and the crane will come back into life, and it will remove the lunchbox lid that was covering up the projector screen, which will help us ascend further up the mountain. So anyways, did anyone get anything interesting for Christmas? I actually had a very quiet, you know, good Christmas. My grandmother came over. Yeah, we had a very good time. I also recently got an Xbox 360, so I was originally the only console, well actually like games. Would you count a handheld really as a console? You kind of would. Like the only sort of controlled console that I ever owned was a Wii, but now I have the Xbox, and hopefully I'm gonna try and do some playthroughs of that. You know, once I complete a couple games. I had quite a few games, you know. I got Portal 2, Castlevania Lords of Shadow. Has anyone actually played that game? And I got Batman Arkham Asylum. Now I know Arkham City came out, but the way I see it, you need to play the first game in a series before you play a sequel. And like I said, the other TV was behind the Fantasia sign. So anyways, with the crane pulling down the lunchbox lid on the top of the mountainside, we can now ascend further up the mountain and hopefully get to Oswald. Oswald is actually one of my favorite characters in this game. He has a very good backstory. At least I find he has a good backstory. But you'll see more of him when we actually get to his, I would say, throne room. It's not really a castle. You tell me if it is a castle when you see it. Really, I don't think it is. And editing magic. Yes, I'm using editing this time around to edit out the loading screens. Because I just thought they might take up a bit too much time, and no one really wants to watch a big long loading screen. But anyways, this section right here, this is one of these things where you're up in a snowy mountain and there are snowball birds, apparently. I really don't know what they are. They look like snowballs with wings. Are they supposed to be birds covered with snow? I don't know. But anyways, the thing I don't really like about this particular projector screen area is that you need to wait a long time for the birds to, climb up and then come back down. And it just gets a bit annoying, And there's one giant bird who's, for whatever reason, pulling up that branch. Well, I guess I should be thanking him, because without that branch we wouldn't be able to get up good now, could we? Now, there's a ram over there. I think it's a ram. I hope it's a ram. But, actually, I don't know what that is. Looks like a sheep with horns. Are they called rams? I call them rams for whatever reason. But anyways, the film reel in this stage is just above the projector screen. So, yeah, grab that. Yeah, Alpine Climbers. That's what it's called. There's another one like this a bit later. I think it's the next projector screen we have to go into, and they're my least favorite. Well, they're not as bad as another projector screen we're going to be getting to later, which is a timed one to get the film reel. I hate time limits. But anyways, this is the introduction of a new enemies here. These are Beetleworks robots. Beetleworks are creations of the Mad Doctor. They are not bloatlings. They're not things that are made out of thinner. They're robots. Now, what I hate about these robots is that they have armor, and to destroy this armor, you need to shoot them with thinner. If you shoot them with paint, their armor regrows. And in order to kill them, you need to fully destroy their armor and then hit them with a spin attack. Now, these ones aren't too bad because their armor is very small and limited, but trust me, there are Beetleworks later in the game who annoy the hell out of me, especially when we get to one very, very, very annoying boss much later in the game, where if you don't do a special thing in the level leading up to this boss, hey boy. But I'm foreshadowing way too much. Up here we got another one of these guitar things. I actually don't know why these guitars are in the way. I mean, they're not Mickey Mouse orientated now, are they? Actually makes you kind of wonder, I mean, all this merchandise just dumped here. I think that's what actually makes this horror, scary thing kind of subtle. But prepare for the scariest thing in the whole goddamn game. Look at that. Look at its eyes. It's staring into your soul. Oh, but anyways, another new enemy up here. This place is just packed with them. This is the introduction of the Spladoosh. Spladooshs are basically time bombs. Well, if you get near to a Spladoosh, it wakes up, and after a little while, it inflates, and then it explodes. And if you're anywhere near that explosion, oh, it hurts. A lot. There's quite a few of them in here. But the thing I actually didn't mention you could do is that you can paint Spladooshes in. Paint in a Splodoosh. And if you do that, then they won't blow up and they'll just, stay there. But it does drain quite a bit of your paint. Instead of that, you're just gonna have to, sneak past these guys Metal Gear Solid style. I need to play Metal Gear Solid at some stage. So many games I haven't played, yet I've heard so much about them. But I'm getting way too off track. There's another split pathway up here. you can take the paint road or the thinner road. And here's a very embarrassing death. Yep, bottomless pit. So don't do what I just did there and do a single jump. Do a double jump. The thinner part of the road is a much harder section. This part I actually do think is actually pretty hard too, because there's these blocks that are constantly moving across, and there's these jets of gas thinner that I guess they're thinner. They pop out from the walls and they knock you backwards. And you move so slowly and you need to be constantly jumping. And sometimes the blocks get in your way and, you know, it's just very annoying. And sometimes they can system break you into, like, just constantly, you know, hitting you over and over again. Like, you could get knocked back into one and then all of a sudden knocked back into another and then get hit. And you could take, like, 2 or 3 cheap hits. But the thinner road of this place is takes place outside, and there are all these hooks that are descending and ascending from the ceiling, and you have to have precision platforming to get through them. You have to, you know, be quick with your jumps, make sure you time your jumps correctly, and all that lot. And right here we're in another crushing, well, not really a crushing segment, but I really don't know what this place is. It looks like some kind of factory of some sort because of all, you know, the cranes and all that. Remember Splodoosh here? Now I'm just going to show you what happens when they blow up. I'm going to say that didn't tickle, but the thing I actually, if other enemies like spatters or sears, are they called sears? It's been so long since we fought one of those things. If any other enemies like that are in the way, and as Splodoosh blows up, they get stunned and they get knocked backwards. Now here is another phone, but I honestly, I thought that you had to type in 726 again to get like another reconnection, but nothing was working, and I'm just trying, you know, I just started randomly punching in numbers. I think that if you don't put in that number the first time, they may give you like a second chance. I could be wrong. If I am, please correct me. Because I prefer when I'm told I'm wrong, so then I never make that mistake again. Thank you very much. But in this portion right here, the cranes will drop blocks into the thinner, and you need to jump across the blocks in order to get to the other side, and I failed massively here. I somehow making it 1 health, and then I have to go through all these enemies here. There's 2 spatters, 2 hoppers, I believe they're called. Yes, they're called hoppers. And 1 Splodoosh. And I have to do all this with 1 health pip left. Yeah, not a lot of stuff to talk about in this section of Mickey Junk Mountain. When we get to the top of the mountain and we actually meet Oswald, there'll be more to talk about, because that's when the plot thickens quite slightly. And then it becomes sort of like, it sort of becomes very Zelda kind of thing, where you need to go out and find, you know, 3 items, and yeah. Foreshadowing! Well, speaking of Zelda, has anyone played Skyward Sword yet? That game is amazing. If you haven't played it yet, please do. But anyways, I think we're going to end things off here, so next time we're going to be ascending further up Mickey Junk Mountain. See you then.